You know, there are movies that hit at the right place at the right time. In many cases, they need to hit you when you're at a certain age. So, when I was an impressionable middle schooler with a lot of time on my hands and access to cable, I was hit square between the eyes with a sci-fi apocalyptic comedy horror B movie called Night of the Comet. In this video, we're going to take a look back at this surprisingly influential genre film and explore why it's so adored by many Gen Xers. Night of the Comet, capably directed by Tom Eberhardt, takes place in the 1980s and follows the story of two sisters, Reggie and Samantha, who miraculously survive a comet passing close to the Earth. However, this celestial event has left, sadly, most of humanity either reduced to dust or turned into zombie-like creatures. The sisters, they must navigate this new world, and as they do, they discover that they might not be entirely alone. Let's talk about the characters. I mean, this is really what the film is about in some ways. It's Catherine Mary Stewart and Kelly Maroney. They are phenomenal in this movie. They give fantastic performances as the two leading actresses in the film, Reggie and Samantha. Reggie is tough and resourceful, and while Samantha seems more of a typical teenager, they have this really fun dynamic that is both heartwarming and hilarious. For me, I saw this film at a time when there was not a ton of interesting or engaging genre roles for women, and Night of the Comet became a film that might be, in retrospect, might be more important in how I see film and female characters than I realize. And I think it's because I saw it at such an impressionable age. And not only that, there are a lot of really capable character actors that round out the cast. You may see some familiar faces like Robert Beltran from Star Trek Voyager or Jeffrey Lewis, who was in pretty much everything. Seriously, go look at his filmography. It's amazing. There are others, but the real takeaway is that this film's supporting cast adds depth to the story, and it keeps you pretty invested throughout. The visuals and cinematography in Night of the Comet captures the essence of the 80s brilliantly. The neon-lit, post-apocalyptic LA streets filled with abandoned cars and shopping malls. It just creates this unique and memorable atmosphere. The practical effects, especially those used for the comet's effects, add this nostalgic charm that I think still holds up today. I love the shot where the sisters are sitting on a car with the red tinged sky all around them. And when I think of this film, that's probably the first image that comes to mind. Now, let's talk about the soundtrack. I mean, the music's important, and the film's music perfectly complements the 80s setting. The synth-heavy score by David Richard Campbell, it enhances the eerie and adventurous atmosphere. It makes it impossible not to get caught up in the nostalgia, and it really does feel like you're injecting like 80s B-movie glory right into your veins when you listen to it. One highlight for me when it comes to the music, it's probably the most memorable scene in the film, is when Reggie and Samantha enjoy a department store in all of its glory, accompanied by the song Girls Just Want to Have Fun, not sung by Cyndi Lauper, but it's enjoyable, it's fun, it's commenting on our society, and that's what I wanted to talk about next. Night of the Comet isn't just a typical sci-fi adventure. It subtly touches on themes of consumerism and societal decay. The empty malls and department stores symbolize the hollowness of materialism, and it surprisingly offers some thought-provoking social commentary amid the chaos. I mean, it's not like profoundly deep. It's not this insanely deep dive into these themes, but they're there when you look for them, and I really appreciate Night of the Comet for that. This film might not have been a blockbuster when it was released, but it has since gained a pretty good cult following. Its influence can be seen in various other post-apocalyptic and zombie-themed media. I mean, Night of the Comet, it just paved the way for clearly defined female characters in the genre. I mean, it influenced later films and TV shows. I mean, one example would be how Samantha was this inspiration for Joss Whedon's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Night of the Comet is really a hidden 80s gem, and it combines, post-apocalyptic adventure, great characters, and a little bit of social commentary. And with its unique style and memorable soundtrack, it's really a must-see for fans of the 80s and 80s cinema, or genre fans, B-movie fans, or anyone looking for a different take of the apocalypse. If you haven't seen Night of the Comet, or it's been a while, go check it out. It's fun, it's surprisingly endearing, and a movie that really captures the 80s genre movie vibe that so many films of that era had. It was a joy to revisit this, and I hope you go check it out. And as always, thanks for watching and living in the past with me.